The reason I am the reason OpenAI exists.
Do you think Musk's approach then is from a position of insecurity about XAI?
Probably his whole life is from a position of insecurity. I feel for the guy.
You feel for him?
I do, actually. Elon tries all sorts of things for a long time. This is this week's episode.
You take it seriously at all? What do you think he's trying to drive at with this?
I think he's probably just trying to slow us down. He obviously is a competitor. He's working hard and he's raised a lot of money for XAI, and they're trying to compete with us from a technological perspective, from getting the product into the market. And I wish he would just compete by building a better product, but I think there's been a lot of tactics, many lawsuits, all sorts of other crazy stuff. Now this, and we'll try to just put our head down and keep working.
Elon Musk and Sam Altman once shared the same mission: to build an AI company that would protect humanity. But when Musk tried to take control, the board pushed back and he walked away. And that decision didn't just split a team, it changed the entire landscape of AI, creating a butterfly effect that impacted all of us. But while Musk was still warning the world about AI's dangers, Altman quietly launched ChatGPT and rewrote history overnight. For the first time, someone didn't just compete with Elon Musk, he literally beat him. But how? To know that, let's rewind to 10 years ago. It's 2015. Elon Musk and Sam Altman are sitting together at the Rosewood Hotel in Silicon Valley. They're not just friends, they're about to change the world. Meanwhile, Google had just bought DeepMind in a $500 million deal. The tech giant now controls 2/3 of all AI talent on the planet, and that terrified them. Larry Page, Google's co-founder, was building something powerful. When Elon asked him about AI safety, Larry called him a speciesist for worrying about humanity. That's when Elon realized we need a counterweight. So he and Sam assembled a dream team: Greg Brockman from Stripe, Ilya Sutskever, one of the brightest AI researchers alive, Peter Thiel, and others. Together, they founded OpenAI as a nonprofit. The mission was pure: build artificial general intelligence, or AGI, for the benefit of all humanity. No shareholders, no greed, just pure science. Elon pledged $1 billion over 5 years. Basically, they had everything they needed to take on Google. But here's where it gets interesting. Building AI isn't like building rockets for Starship. You can't just throw money at it and wait. AI research is insanely expensive. By 2017, OpenAI was burning through millions on cloud computing, while DeepMind had a $442 million budget. And remember that $1 billion Elon promised? Only $130 million of that ever showed up. Meanwhile, Google researchers published a paper called "Attention is All You Need." It introduced something revolutionary: the transformer model. Before transformers, AI had memory problems. It would read a sentence like, "The cat sat on the mat and it ran away," and forget who it referred to by the end. But transformers changed everything. They could read every word at once, understanding context and relationships instantly. Clearly, it was a breakthrough, and Google just published it for everyone to see. Why? Because Google was terrified. They had everything: billions in cash, the best researchers, mountains of data. But they feared, what if their AI said something racist? What if it gave dangerous medical advice? Just one scandal could tank their $500 billion empire overnight. So Google basically published papers and won awards, but they never shipped anything revolutionary. However, someone else was paying attention to all of it from a distance. It's Sam Altman. He wasn't at Google. He didn't have a huge bank balance or 1,000 researchers, but he had something better: nothing to lose and a bias for action. So while Google hesitated, Sam moved fast. And that decision would turn OpenAI into the most talked about company in tech. But first, everything had to fall apart. You know what's worse than running out of money? The answer is still running out of money, but with a higher stake, like saving humanity. By 2018, OpenAI was in trouble. They realized computing costs were doubling every 3 to 4 months. $1 million training bill could balloon to $4 billion within 3 years. GPT-1 had 117 million parameters. GPT-2 jumped to 1.5 billion. GPT-3 would need 175 billion, and GPT-4 over $1 trillion. At that time, Reid Hoffman from LinkedIn was personally bridging funding gaps just to pay salaries. The company was heading towards bankruptcy. And then Elon dropped a bomb. He wanted to take over OpenAI as CEO, maybe even fold it into Tesla. But the board refused, and Elon had to leave with his money. That means the billion-dollar pledge? That's gone, and the nonprofit was doomed. At that point, OpenAI had to make a choice. Either stick to their principles and die, or compromise and survive. And they chose survival. In 2019, they announced they were becoming a for-profit company. They would license their technology commercially. Investors could earn up to 100 times their investment, but profits beyond that would go back to the nonprofit. It was a genius plan, you see. It attracted money without completely abandoning the mission. And then arrived from an unexpected place, Microsoft. Bill Gates' company invested $1 billion in 2019, then another $10 billion in 2023. They gave OpenAI the computing power and infrastructure to compete with Google. But critics still had a point. OpenAI was founded to provide an alternative to big tech. But now they were making one of the most powerful tech companies even stronger. How ironic this is. The name OpenAI had stood for open source and transparency. But as soon as they had something powerful, they closed up. They stopped sharing their research. They wouldn't disclose training datasets. Even Elon later sued them, saying they should rename themselves Closed AI or Super Closed Source for Maximum Profit AI. So many employees felt betrayed. The founding mission seemed dead. Only Sam Altman argued it was necessary. Without funding, there would be no AI at all, and he was about to prove everyone wrong. Finally, on November 30th, 2022, Sam sent a casual tweet. Today, we launched ChatGPT. Try talking with it here. No fanfare, no press conference, just a link. Employees bet on first-week users. Their highest guess was 100,000, but they were massively wrong. ChatGPT went viral instantly. In 2 months, it became the fastest app to reach 100 million users. Facebook took 4.5 years to gain that user base. At that point, OpenAI wasn't just competing with Google anymore. They were winning. But you know the fun fact? The bigger you get, harder you fall. ChatGPT took the world by storm. Suddenly, everyone knew Sam Altman's name. He was the face of AI, the man who beat Google. He talked about ending poverty and disease and building a world of abundance. World leaders invited him to speak. But behind the scenes, OpenAI was cracking. A divide was growing between the product team and the safety team. Ilya Sutskever, the AI genius who co-founded the company, was getting more concerned. 9 current and former employees later accused OpenAI of prioritizing profits over safety. A key safety researcher quit. Several lead developers left to start Anthropic, trying to build a safer alternative that gave you Claude AI. But these conflicts didn't slow OpenAI down. They released DALL-E for images, Sora for video. Future looked bright. Then on November 17, 2023, everything exploded. Sam got a text from Ilya asking him to join a video call. He had no idea what was coming. When Sam joined, he saw the entire board except Greg Brockman. And the board just told Sam that he was fired. The call ended. Sam was locked out of his OpenAI account. It was over. The board claimed Sam wasn't consistently candid with them. They even said he often misled them about approvals and processes. Some believed he clashed with board members over safety concerns. Others thought he was building an empire of side projects like WorldCoin and an AI chip venture that distracted OpenAI's mission. Maybe Musk also thought it was his win in the end. But there was another theory. Some people wondered, what did Ilya see? Had he discovered something internally that worried him so much that he had to take a step? Whatever the reason, Sam was out on Friday, and by Saturday, chaos broke out. OpenAI employees revolted. Greg Brockman resigned in solidarity. Over the weekend, nearly all 800 employees signed a petition demanding Sam's return. They threatened to leave and join Microsoft if he wasn't brought back. Even Microsoft dropped a bomb saying that they'd hire Sam and any OpenAI employees who wanted to follow. Then Monday brought the final blow. Ilya, one of the 4 board members who pushed Sam out, changed his mind. He tweeted that he deeply regretted his actions. The remaining board members had lost, and by Tuesday a deal was made. The board members who opposed Sam would leave. New members would join, and Sam returned as CEO. Greg came back too. Company threw a party. The entire roller coaster ride happened in 5 days, and now nobody could touch him. As of 2025, the AI race is heating up. DeepSeek from China just shook American tech companies, wiping hundreds of billions off stock valuations. OpenAI accused them of stealing intellectual property. The irony? OpenAI scraped most of the internet for its own training data. Meanwhile, Elon is much behind in this race. He just announced that his Grok AI is coming up with the first AGI. Probably that'd help him catch up to the race. But Altman is moving way faster than we ever expected. Are you excited to see how it ends? Because we are. And in one of the next videos, we're going to show you where Musk stands with his AGI idea.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your valuable feedback in the comment section. This will help us to improve.